198 picks passed before anyone wanted Tom Brady, a 5.28-second 40-yard dash, and a body that scouts mocked. Bill Belichick drafted him anyway, and the entire league laughed. What Belichick had seen was something no stopwatch could ever measure. Pick 199. That's where Tom Brady's name finally appeared on the draft board, long after the marquee quarterbacks were gone and the television cameras had shifted to other stories. The NFL official record lists him as the 199th overall selection, a sixth-round afterthought by New England. In the lead-up, analysts like Mel Kiper handed out a C- grade, calling Brady a backup at best. The combine numbers became a punchline, a 5.28-second 40-yard dash, a vertical jump barely clearing 2 feet, a frame that looked more suited for intramurals than a pro huddle. On draft day broadcasts, his name was mentioned with a shrug, if at all. Teams with quarterback needs chose others. 30 quarterbacks were ranked ahead in some mock drafts, most never to start a single NFL game. Even as the Patriots turned in their card, the league consensus was clear. This was a reach, a misfire, a pick made in the shadow of irrelevance. The laughter was not just in the war rooms, but on the airwaves and in the columns the next morning. For Belichick, he was a calculated outlier. Inside the Patriots facility, Tom Brady's rookie year unfolded away from the spotlight. Belichick's private scouting note, quietly filed months earlier, captured the essence: fast decision-making. That phrase, underlined and circled, set the tone for Brady's first season. He was assigned to the bench, but not to idleness. 10 to 12 hours each week, Brady pored over film, dissecting defensive schemes and cataloging tendencies, an expectation, not an option in Belichick's system. The Patriots' playbook was dense. The film sessions were relentless. Brady's Wonderlic score of 26, slightly above league average, was less a badge than a baseline for the mental rigor demanded. Coaches tracked his study habits, noting a discipline that matched the standards set by the staff. The routine was repetitive, even punishing. Study, observe, absorb, repeat. In this crucible, Belichick's cognitive criteria weren't just measured, they were forged. Brady's preparation became muscle memory. His anticipation sharpened in silence, waiting for a moment no one else saw coming. When Mo Lewis crashed into Drew Bledsoe on September 23, 2001, the Patriots' season veered into uncertainty. Bledsoe's injury report listed internal bleeding and a fractured aortic wall, a diagnosis that forced the organization into a 9-day stretch of closed-door meetings and medical briefings. Team physicians warned of the risks if Bledsoe returned too soon, but the pressure from Boston media and fans to stick with the franchise quarterback was relentless. Owner Robert Kraft, wary of jeopardizing both Bledsoe's health and the team's future, urged caution. Meeting minutes that leaked years later recorded Belichick's blunt assessment. He said, "We have to play the best football we can, not the best name on the jersey." The debate inside the facility was raw. Coaches weighed a free agent veteran, a still recovering Bledsoe, or the unproven sixth-rounder waiting in the film room. On October 1st, Belichick made his decision public. Tom Brady would start. Skepticism flooded the local columns, but the lineup card was set. The risk was unmistakable. Belichick was choosing process over pedigree, and the rest of the league was watching. Critics demanded proof, and Brady delivered it where words held no sway. In his first start against the Colts, he completed 13 of 23 passes, managed the huddle with the calm of a veteran, and led the Patriots to a 44-13 win. The performance was deliberate, efficient, no flash, just control. But the true measure came months later when New England entered Super Bowl 36 as 2 touchdown underdogs to the St. Louis Rams. a team built on speed and spectacle. The Patriots' game plan demanded discipline, short passes, clock management, and unwavering poise. With the score tied and less than 2 minutes left, Brady marched the offense 53 yards, setting up Adam Vinatieri's 48-yard field goal. The final score was 20-17. The Patriots, the same sixth-rounder who was ridiculed at the draft, had just toppled the league's most celebrated roster. In that moment, the laughter stopped. Belichick's evaluation was no longer a theory, it was a fact written on the scoreboard. Sacrifice became the currency of greatness in Foxborough. When Tom Brady signed a 4-year fully guaranteed contract worth $72 million in 2016, the structure was designed for flexibility, not excess. Agent Don Yee negotiated terms that kept Brady's cap hit well below market value, allowing the Patriots to build depth, while their most important player accepted less than peers with similar resumes. The numbers were public, but the personal costs were not. Brady absorbed fines that would have rattled lesser stars: $25,000 for a late arrival in 2003, $50,000 for a social media misstep in 2015, and $10,000 for a uniform violation in 2019. Each infraction, minor in isolation, reinforced the message, no exceptions, not even for the quarterback who delivered 6 Super Bowls. The system demanded discipline, and Brady complied, even as the wins piled up. 333 for Belichick by the end of 2024, a total that placed him just behind Don Shula on the all-time list. The pursuit of perfection extracted a real measurable price from both men, paid in dollars, sweat, and the daily surrender of ego. By the summer of 2018, the Patriots' internal memo on TB12 facility access landed on the desks of senior coaches. It cited repeated breaches. Brady was entering the team's recovery center for personalized training without medical clearance. The document, signed and circulated, captured what had become obvious. The quarterback's methods were diverging from the system that shaped him. Belichick's response was blunt: commitment to the collective or risk the consequences. Meanwhile, the Garoppolo contingency lingered in the background, a reminder that the franchise was hedging against an uncertain future. When free agency arrived in March 2020, Brady signed a 2-year, $50 million deal with Tampa Bay. The move was less about money than autonomy. In his first season, he led the Buccaneers to a 31-9 win over Kansas City in Super Bowl 55. He executed a game plan built on quick reads and relentless preparation, traits forged in New England and now unleashed in Florida. Reflecting on the partnership in August 2025, Brady said, "There's always been a natural tension between a man who loves the game the way I do and a coach who loves the game the way I do. That tension is what makes us both better." The laughter had faded, replaced by a legacy defined as much by its fracture as its triumph. Today, every franchise hunts for the next overlooked genius, and the line between vision and obsession remains razor thin. In the NFL, legacy is built on what others refuse to see. Share your thoughts below.